All right, students, hope you're having a wonderful day. Today in art class, we are going to learn how to draw skull designs for Mexican Day of the Dead. We're going to need a pencil and we are going to draw this on paper. We're going to utilize a unity and variety of colors, almost like a kaleidoscope. We want to utilize as many bright colors and shapes as possible. The culture of the art comes from Mexico. And you will see as we get going here and actually drawing it step by step how the skull starts to form into something that represents life. The purpose of the art is to celebrate the Day of the Dead in Mexico. It is believed that on October 31st, the heavens opened, which allows the children's spirits to come down. And then on November 2nd, it's allowed for the adults. So here we go into simplifying how to draw the skull. Now that we have our pencil, first what we are going to do is draw a circle. Once we have our circle, we then want to draw a light line going down the middle of the circle. And I'll explain to you why we are doing this. And then we also want to intersect that circle, cutting almost just below half, almost making like a target. The reason why we are drawing the lines here is to have some spacing that's even throughout our skull. Once we have our circle with our lines drawn, what we want to do next is use our pencil to do the eyes. Some people like to do almond eyes. To keep this simple for our class, we're going to do circle eyes. And we want those circle eyes to come down and make sure that circle reaches just on the bottom of the intersecting line. So let's try this. We're going to do nice big eyes. One there. Another there. Now remember, we can always go back and erase these lines once we get things where we need to be. Now, we have many different colors to choose from. So on the eyes, we are going to go ahead and we are going to do flowers all around the eyes. Flowers are said to represent life. And since this skull is representing life and happiness, we want to represent that with flowers. Such as this. Now that we have the eyes somewhat set up, that kind of gives us an ability to see where we need to place our nose. We're going to go ahead and place our nose somewhere on the lower portion of the circle and the line coming down. And what we're basically going to do is we're going to do a backwards heart. Okay, so it'll look something like that. And that's not that good of a heart, so I want to do it over again. Let's try this. Erase this real quick. See if we can't do a better heart. Doing an upside down heart is not that easy, so I apologize. Let's try and do it from there. There we go, that's better. Yes, a lot better. And let's erase the old heart a little better. So now we have our nose, and we know where that's at on the page. What we want to do now is just below the circle is we're going to draw a U. Okay, we're just going to draw a nice big U, and that's going to represent the jawline. So it's going to look something like this. Almost square, kind of rounded off a little bit. Once we have that, we know that's where the jawline at. Let's go back now and erase the bottom half of the circle, because we don't need this anymore. We've now have somewhat kind of got things in places and spaces that we know where we can continue. So now we are going to draw the mouth and teeth just below the nose. The space below will be the chin. So we're going to go and draw a straight line representing the mouth. And then we are going to do the teeth. You can draw square teeth. You can draw somewhat semicircles like I'm doing here. There are different many ways and forms that you can do the teeth. So now we have a line and we have our teeth. So there is no structure as to what can be done or how it can be done or what colors you can use. So I'm going to go ahead and pick a greenish color, and we are going to fill in the teeth. And we're just trying to make this as colorful as possible. Again, the purpose of the bright colors is we're bringing life to something that represents death, which is the skull itself. So I've chosen to do the upper pattern of teeth, a nice green color. And now I'm going to do the lower pattern of teeth in somewhat of a pink, and maybe use that pink again in another portion of the skull to make it stand out a little bit more. It's slowly starting to come to shape. Now, I'm going to use a little S curly Q here to kind of fill in some space in the cheek line, and we'll do something like this, and we'll do something like that. Then on top of the eyes, we're gonna make it look like eyebrows and maybe do something that looks like a stitch. And we'll just do crosses across the line there. And maybe we'll do one on the other side so that it kind of looks somewhat similar. So now we got a couple things there that look okay. And then maybe we can do some, we'll do some circles. And we'll go from small to a little bit bigger. And then maybe even a bigger one. And we'll kind of match them on the same side, opposite side. Again, you can use whatever pattern and colors you think are relative to what you want to do. We can do another small circle in there and maybe run lines out from inside, bringing the inside of the eye to life. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So as you can see, it's slowly starting to come to life. Let's use some orange, and we'll get the inside of the nose. Now, we do have some color in here, and there is some space still to fill in, but I think you guys can now start to see exactly what we are trying to accomplish. You can put whatever designs you want. And last but not least, what I'm going to do is we're going to go back and we can go back and start erasing the original lines we put in to give us our space indicators. They have served their purpose and given us a point of reference so that we could space out our eyes and our nose and our teeth and some of our designs that we've chosen to put into the Day of Dead skull. So with that, there are some space left where we can actually put some different designs in, but I want you guys to use your imagination in using colors and shapes and relative different symbols that just bring life to the skull. And I'll show you a completed example of one that one of my first graders did, and this is kind of what it looked like at the very end. You can see that there are circles, there are sunflowers around the eyes. Looks like in here they did upright heart with flowers coming from the forehead. They also did an upside down nose, and that's in the shape of a heart. But you can see that there are many different colors used to make this very vibrant and bright. So I hope that you guys enjoy this, and make sure you guys ask me for help, and I will be walking around to see if everything is going okay. Good luck.